So, you know, it was one of those moments where you got to suck it up and just make a decision to lose the money versus lose your sanity. Ultimately, you decide if you're going to live or not. Am I just going to get through life, or am I going to live? Because it's a fucking choice. I mean, you literally decide that. And some people decide it when they're 70, and it's too late.
Definition of a champion, dog.
So the way this is designed is it's safety, quality, people, delivery, standard work, review, and financials. So my biggest question for safety for Bro Media would be stretching. I'm a little let down that the ping pong bracket has gone away, because I feel like ping pong was the way that we get out of these damn desks. So let's try to get back to that.
Okay.
More pong.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you, how many games of pong is your team playing per day?
Okay.
So I'm trying to think of what are quality questions that I can ask daily that tells us the quality of our film. And I'm gonna put a star next to here that says we must improve checklist.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll do is when I come back Monday, I'm gonna wanna, in my standard work review the upload checklist.
Yep.
Because I wanna see it. Okay. So I'm coming every day, which will make it better, because we'll be talking every day about this stuff. So it's good follow-up for me and you. You may want to start pulling out a piece of paper during this discussion and taking down any action items that you're leaving with. Right. This will keep me from ever getting mad about it, because I know we're gonna follow up, we're gonna fix it, and that's why I said stay calm, we'll make it better, because we will, because we have this system going in. Right. This takes away all my anxiety.
So I know that you guys were really nervous when we were bringing Tim in, especially for the amount of money that you have to bring in somebody at that level, but just watch what he's doing. He's making decisions at the very top. Like, if you guys understand how the whole business works, I think it's gonna help you as people, but I think it also puts you on our team where we're all trying to accomplish the same thing. Just the culture, the atmosphere, and I told him, I keep thinking about what it is, and I think it's because we keep sharing with you everything.
No idea is a dumb idea, and the more you guys think about it, talk about it, you know, just little things that you might say or do or whatever, it's just like, holy shit, that's a great idea. If you have an idea, bring it up. And bring it up to everybody, you know, brainstorm it, like, hey, why are we doing this, or why are we doing that, you know? It's just, it helps us all as a team.
One of the things I do is when I'm told to do something or an idea comes up, my first thing is nah, but I never ever forget that I heard it. So the first thing I did when Tim said that last time is I put all the promotions up there for March. Then last meeting, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, he said, well, that's great, we know this month, but we're not even thinking about next month. So I got April up there, and then I got next. And I started putting Post-its up there for are there ideas so we don't lose them for next. But I also know that he's saying, so this April, this is a phenomenal idea. Why not do it next April? But if we just talk, it goes nowhere. So don't try to get you in a position where you don't add value. And value is whenever you're actually creating a sale or you have to create revenue or quality for that revenue. That's the only value. And that's what I learned from is he says, well, I have numbers, but I don't share them with my guys. I'm like, fuck, man. You're the coach that won't tell the team how to win. They don't even know who they're playing against. But you expect them to come in and crush it for $8 an hour every day? That ain't gonna work. It'll never work. You have to have a team because you can't do it by yourself. So find a way to get what you do and love to the pay that you wanna achieve is the thing I would give you guys for advice. Part of our leadership program is that we all need to do daily stat sheets, which is going and visiting with the leads of each of our teams. Every single day asking the same questions so that we're all on the same page. But I can tell you that just starting off, it's very tricky to remember to do. Right, because you can't tell. Wow, you're good. But change the price in the description. Send it back to me. What's up, K-Dog? You're not K-Dog anymore. Not when he's here.
Nope, I overrule you. That's the way it is.
And he actually has a dog. You don't even have a fucking dog.
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
2 dogs.
One's a rat dog.
One can hardly breathe.
One can barely breathe. Acts like it's dying.
So he's got a dog and a half. How you doing?
What's
Long
up?
time no see.
It's been a while. Well, you're busy too.
Should we talk about what we're doing? Because I don't even know what we're doing.
Well, a couple years ago, I did
I
like
saw trucks and cookout and I got excited. Cool, we're in. You just gotta let us know when, especially being a Thursday, that's easy.
Yeah, I think that'll be.
Let's work till 6, shut her down and cruise over. So it's 18-foot ceilings, 7,300 square feet. That's what I'm talking about. Almost, look at 2.5 acres. Perfect size, that's what we wanted. It's the steel frame. It's got 6 garage doors, 18-foot ceilings, which is perfect. That's 3 feet shorter than this. Move-in ready. It's got fucking 480 volt, 600 amp. We're on 100 amp here. Sprinklers. It's got data cable, so we'll have the fastest internet in the fucking world. It's got radiant heat in the fucking shop. Yep. We need to just go buy this. What's this place? Stonecrest. I like Stonecrest Court too. I always look at the name of the road and I'm like, Jim, we want to go by the Stonecrest place. Let's head down there and put an offer in.
All right, I'm on it. I'm at the office now, and I'll go in and call the broker right away.
Awesome. It looks like it's vacant from the fact there's not a single thing in the whole parking lot, so hopefully we can get right in. I have a couple special topics for a 10 o'clock team meeting. Gold Stars, Tim's Ford. Gold Stars, Tim's Ford. New shop, that was exactly the one.
Jim called. I tried to answer, but it was.
Where we can see just the.
Don't leave me a bad voicemail, Jim.
Go ahead, caller.
Tell me good news, Jimmy. Tell me good news or you're done.
See you later. I'm waiting for the broker to call me back to just make sure someone's over there.
Awesome. Yeah, as far as the team is concerned, I mean, this is exactly what we were looking for, and it would be perfect. And if it takes a couple of months, that's not a problem whatsoever. I just want to know that I have a plan.
I will let you know as soon as he calls me back.
Sounds good, boss. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right, bye.
Hit it, bro.
K-Dog, raise your hand.
Here's your replacement, Pro Media.
Here is the kid from the Philippines that's gonna work for $250 an hour doing graphic design. He's a little green behind the ears, so you're gonna have to get him up to speed as quickly as possible. He's got crayons and some sketchbooks. He can use Fuller's chairs, probably the only one that's big, small enough. John, I'm trying to have a meeting. March 15th is today. Welcome to halfway through March. And remember, this was like our what we need to cover, but this is pretty much what we expected. If we looked at last year's growth rate based on December, January, and applied it to this year, it was right around million. So we were hoping that was gonna happen again, and it frickin' did. So we're gonna go spend some money and buy a building. But we had 34 5-stars in a row during busy season. Does that make sense? So that's our number 5 strategy, and it says implement business system. And that's what we're doing. I'm fucking excited. This stat sheet this morning was the most fun I think Junior and I have had, because we both understand the questions, we know what the questions are. Some things are going up, some things are going down. I actually got 3 of my action items done yesterday, which is the first time I've gotten anything done in 3 or 4 years. So for me, it's really working out, and I think Tim is starting to see that. And now we learned how to create our scorecards. So there's driver metrics, which are your top metrics that drive up into the organization's top 5. But then there's also watch indicators. So he'll watch things like daily cleanup in the shop, the getting up and moving in the office area, not sitting on your desk. Those will become watch indicators. So you watch them, but you don't really do anything about it. You're just aware of them. That's what a watch indicator is you don't do anything about it until it's constantly falling apart on you. So we learned all that and went, holy shit, our brains are gonna explode. So we've stopped class. We're not gonna learn anymore. We're gonna use these and we're gonna use those, so you guys will start being a part of huddles that are more one level down in the organization. So this is let's talk about the whole company huddle. you're gonna start seeing huddles where you're just talking about Tim's board, and Ben's having huddles where they're just talking about his metrics. Oh, I love me some tacos. Nick, stay in line. We need to buy this place, Mandy. We need to buy this place. Nobody knows, but this is our secret plan to move back to Neenah. Back to the garage with us. May 31st or about May and maybe August. If they don't want to mess with it, then it's a good deal for both of us, yeah.
Morning, Sean.
So I'm sitting there doing the math last night, and I'm like, nothing is possible. You can't go from 3.2 acres to 2.5 acres and have no fucking room. So I pulled out this fucking map again, and I did the stupid math, and I'm going, you're an idiot. If I take the longest spot that includes the chunk where you own the sign property, times the longest side on this side, you're still only at 1.48 acres. So I just went and looked at lots. I stayed up till midnight looking at lots. Do you know what you pay for a lot like that? About 600,000. Jim said, I officially don't believe anything on any of this paperwork, and I'm going to the city for all my information. Okay, let's read the email. All I've seen for the last 40 minutes while I was waiting for you to show back up is this is not looking good.
Oh no.
Attached is the survey map. I don't know. Jim's in a meeting because Fuller fucked around long enough that now I can't get a hold of him. Fuller, you've been here for 7 minutes. It felt like 30 because I've been angry at you the whole time. Fuller, you ready to get back to work?
Been working all day.
You've been out playing with your fucking race car. I know how you are. Charlie, you ready for this? What's up, boss? I'm gonna teach you a little something about life. It ain't easy. You good? Yeah. Okay. So we've now found 6 places we want to buy, and they have come up with 6 different, very unique ways to tell us to fuck off. Tell them that they're idiots and they can't even measure. They even put approximately 107,000 square feet, when it clearly says on the map they provide on page 3 that it is 62,000 square feet, 40% smaller than what they're trying to sell. So I'm going to offer 40% less than what they're asking and tell them to take it or leave it. I want an answer by noon tomorrow. So if we get it, we're gonna still win because it'll just be our next stop. It won't be our final stop. We'll just go there next. So the moral of the life story is, you could have got all fucking whiny and just gave up. No. When they knock you against the fucking ropes, Charlie, you come out swinging and you take control of what the fuck is going on. And that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna go push them fuckers around now. Because now they put us where Tim wanted to be in the beginning. They put us in the driver's seat. Dream job. Am I seeing a draft tomorrow at noon? I need to see a draft tomorrow at noon.
And then listen to this one. 6.3 thousand on Instagram. I posted it at 11 p.m.
This is my shadow, so you can just ignore him. It's Fuller. Fuller.
Yeah, you popped on my LinkedIn. Yes, you were right.
Putting that shit everywhere now. So I was trying to just do it all. I wanted as much as possible. So I was starting to get really depressed because there's no such thing as much as possible because you can't hit the target. So I went back to the basics and I remembered what did I get taught all this time through all the lean training, all the leadership training, and it was the top 5 drivers. So I set my salary based on what I would probably be doing if I'd have stayed in the corporate world, and I said, I want to prove to the corporate world I can make as much money as you all by myself. So that's how I set my salary, just out of spite. Yep, I was right where I wanted to be, so I just needed to know what the numbers were. And then I backed in, once I knew what my targets were, I backed into what is the work that has to be done every day in order to get these done.
So you part of this too?
Oh yeah.
You go home excited each day?
No.
You're on a little rocket ship here.
I go home angry because I'd rather be here.
Yeah. Nobody ever wants to go home. They were all here till 11 o'clock last night.
Yeah, it's Success is wonderful, but you do have to balance your life.
Yep. And that's what we've been talking as a team. We could stop growing and just enjoy the fame, but it's here right now. Why not take it as far as we can, as long as we're comfortable? There's a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk. We follow him. He puts his on LinkedIn, F-bomb after F-bomb, but he's doing $5 million a year. He don't give a fuck what anybody thinks.
Right.
So he taught me, just be yourself and you're gonna be fine. And he told me to do this. He said, start videoing your everyday. Worst case scenario, you're gonna have the best journal of your journey ever that you can show to your kids and grandkids. And even when you're gone, they'll get to watch how you built a business.
My reaction kind of was like, whoa, what the hell is this? But then as I was glued to it, I said, it's for people that aren't into this kind of thinking, it's really kind of entertaining.
Yep.
It's like, damn, look at that. That's about as real as you can get, right?
Yep.
You and your team, you're not complacent.
No.
You keep stretching, you keep challenging.
Yep, he sent me a Gary Vee that was on yesterday, and he said you need to watch, because I had quit watching for a while because we're so busy that I don't need any motivation right now, because I use him for motivation and then my next steps. He's kind of like my board of directors. And that's what we did, and we're getting really good response. The biggest response I'm getting is, you know, would you be willing to take the time? I know you probably won't read this, but if you are, I would love some advice. And I always respond, I always give as much advice as possible. I've done a couple of phone calls with people, and I tell them flat out, just keep watching, because I'm gonna tell you exactly how to do it, and I don't want anything in return, I don't care.
You're building such confidence, trust, innovation that you're constantly bringing to your customer base. Whatever you're going to come into next or offer next, they're gonna say,
I need that too.
I gotta take a look at that, right?
So I had this,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, hoorah, but they were watching me do it.
Right.
So now what I'm doing, and that's why I pulled Kim back in, is I want to teach them the system. And we spent 2.5 years building this.
Wow.
Every single day. They started doing that, and they're going, so yeah, so the daily stuff should roll up to this, and if there's something on here that I don't have on here, I'm missing out. They made those connections, but then Tim said, time out. This is overwhelming, this is a lot. And I said, yeah, I can't get my stat sheet done, and I'm supposed to be good at this. I personally couldn't get it done. And I'm like, let's just stop here. Let's do these 2 tools until we're so good at them. We're like, give me what's next. I'm not scared, give me what's next. Good seeing you, mister. I appreciate you visiting.
Take care.
Let me know when we can get together. That'd be perfect. Yep. We'll buy lunch.
All right, take care.
See you, Doug. I met Doug 14 years ago, and then ended up taking that lean program and getting all into lean. Ended up in Japan because of it. Got MSOE lean certified because of the program he started. Then did my master's through MSOE at a satellite location because I was already in MSOE, and that gave me a couple credits. So I said I might as well get the other 40 and get my master's or whatever I did. And so I've known him forever, and he just checks in on me to see if I'm still alive. Hey. Well, 7 o'clock. Kevin just put in a good 3 hours of work.
I wouldn't even call it 3 hours.
Oh yeah. Look at that salad, can I have that? So we have a rule at Custom Offsets that you have to get out of your desk and either play ping pong or foosball at least 3 times a day.
Definitely took advantage of that.
Yep, I have 2 more games to play. Hope you're rested up.
I carry so much weight that you'll probably never believe it. I fade, I fall, stand tall. Some dream of greatness while others stay awake to achieve it. I do this without no excuses. Just love winning less than I hate losing. I'm proving the rain through my era. So even if I die for centuries through history, I'm alive. Right